Every town has that special place, a place full of history and traditions, and where memories have been made for generations. In the small town of Hamilton, New Jersey, that place is DiDonato's.
So we like to say here at DiDonato's, we are modern fun with a throwback vibe. We have been here since 1952 in Hamilton, New Jersey. We have 26 professional grade bowling lanes, a modern arcade. We have our upscale alley bar and grill where we have everything from handcrafted burgers and ahi tuna bowls to flatbreads and fun bites. We have our pin deck, which is homemade ice cream, sundaes, milkshakes, and boozy shakes. And then we have Rolling Railway, which is our seasonal holiday events for Halloween, Easter, and our Magical Holiday Express at Christmas.
My father was in the service in Korea, and my uncle, they were blueberry farmers. And they bought 4 lanes, a little luncheonette, and a little gas station on the Waters Pike in Hamilton. Within a year or two, they knocked down the first building of 4 lanes, and they built 8 lanes in a modern bowling center back in 1952-53.
What began as a small family business in 1952 grew into something that nobody would have ever expected. But the DiDonato family's success hasn't come without challenges.
In 1966, May 8th, my father's birthday and Mother's Day, we were actually in Philly. We were having a little picnic. And we come over the bridge, and my father had an old Cadillac, and we hear spectacular fire at DiDonato's Bowling Center. By the time we got home, it was devastated. It was destroyed, 100% destruction. And I remember hearing my mother, father in the kitchen crying, and they lost everything. And my father vowed to rebuild that night, I heard him say. And they opened up and rebuilt.
While most people would have given up after something so devastating, the DiDonato family didn't just rebuild. They reinvented their business, something they've continued to do when faced with newer challenges.
1966, we had the fire. 2012, bowling was disintegrated. It was done. Bowling was done. And we had to either change, metamorphose into a different vision, or step aside and let somebody else do it.
So my parents were met with a crossroads, either, and my dad always says, if you're not growing, you're dying. So they invested millions of dollars in DiDonato's and really changed the whole structure of DiDonato's and how it turned from just a bowling center into a true family fun center.
As the future of bowling changed, DiDonato's changed with it. The focus of the business isn't just about bowling anymore. Now it's an entire experience, one that has kept growing with their most ambitious project yet, the Rolling Railway.
I had a John Deere tractor that I was using for mowing fields and different things. So I said, boy, it'd be pretty cool to build a few cars and make this John Deere tractor look like a train. We built a train and painted it, and we said, we have something here, and we said, let's bring it back and use it for parties. And then we just kept snowballing, so to speak, right?
We started with our Christmas train, the Magical Holiday Express, and it's grown and morphed, and now we bring tens of thousands of guests in, and we're very, very, very lucky.
The DiDonatos have built a tradition of family fun not only in Hamilton, but all of South Jersey, and created a legacy through their business, one that will likely be passed down to a 4th generation of the family.
The kids feel so tied to this business, just like I did when I was little. The world is going to be so different by the time Luke and Mina, who are only 7 and 8, are, 37 and 38. But, DiDonato's is an extension of the family. I think that one of them will be tied to it. I definitely think so.
As the future takes shape, one thing remains constant. The values that built DiDonato's are the same ones that carry it forward today.
Every time I walk in the door, I remember that night in 1966. I still hear in my mind, I still hear my mother and father, the tears and the concern and the crying. And it drives me to never give up, no matter what. My father's motto in 1949 when he graduated high school was, climb though the rocks be rugged. And that's my driving force every day I'm here.